lighting is so bad. Alright, what is up YouTube? Welcome back to another video, and on this video it is going to be a trade recap on today's trade. I ended up taking two trades again today. I ended up losing one and I ended up breaking even on the second one. But yeah, very unfortunate. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started on this trade and a trade recap, and yeah, but alright. So first things first, as I only traded gold today, I didn't trade any other setups. I took a look at NQ, didn't really like NQ. Took a look at ES, didn't really like ES. Alright, so I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take a look at gold and let's see what, happens, right? So let's go ahead and get started, right? So on the higher time frames, we are bearish, right? We're creating lower lows and lower highs, right? We were pushing up around this area, but then we started creating breakout structure to on the higher time frames, right? So meaning that we are bearish now. Um, Going down to the 5 minute right here on gold, we were bullish like on the 5 minute, but on the higher time frames we were bearish. Right here on London, I wanted to see what it would do if it once it reacted, once it took out this low. So yeah, once it took out this low, it did close up below the London's low, right? So right here we did create a 5 minute supply zone, right? We did create a 5 minute supply zone here that I really liked because we created a new low as well as we closed below London's low. Hard time frames were bearish. We have break of structure as well. This looks pretty good. The only problem was is that 200 EMA was literally slapped in the middle right here. So I decided to just take a setup. I entered off of a good rejection right here that ended up, winning for a 1-to-1 RR, but it did not end up hitting my prior take profit where I wanted it to hit. So my prior take profit was around this area right here, was at the New York's newest low, and so I waited for that to happen and I got stopped out and I ended up losing around. I closed earlier, I closed manually and I lost around $82 today. But yeah, super unfortunate because I really like this setup, right? We had a good rejection to the downside. I did have my stop loss a little bit higher. If I would have had a break of the candle, then it would have been a little bit more better, but you know, I wanted to have my stop loss at a safe spot right here. Um, and yeah, still ended up losing on this trade. Um, but yeah, I mean, I really like the setup. Like I said, we had a higher time frame. We were bearish, right? We closed below London's low, took out London's low, creating a new low. Had a 5 minute supply and even gave us a nice rejection to the downside. But the only problem was that the 200 was slapped in the middle. Um, and yeah, unfortunately, it didn't give me what I wanted. And it took me out at $82, right? So that was it. And then I was like, okay, you know what? We might be flipping to bullish, right? We did flip bullish right here. We were probably trying to target these London highs and New York's latest high, which I was trying to go for because on the 5 minute we are bullish, right? But on the higher time frames we're bearish. So I decided to take a buy right here on the 5 minute that we got right here on a demand setup, right? Which we did ended up tapping right here. Stop loss was below right here. My take profit was a New York's high, right? I did not end up closing any profits. This is the candle that it gave me. I entered this trade right here off of this demand setup just because we pushed up to the upside. I wanted to target all these highs right here. And yeah, I was trying to go for a 1 or 2 RR just because so I can make up my loss and as well as profit, but it didn't even give me any of that, right? It did give me the 1-on-1, but still not even 1 or 2, or didn't even hit my take profit right here, which is New York's latest high, right? Unfortunately, I got stopped out at break even and I just called it a day, Right, I just called it a day because I did not want to place a third trade, did not want to place another setup. But overall, my bias was bullish, which was ending up true, which is right here. So you guys can see we were still we were still bearish. Okay, but yeah, those were two setups that I did take. I took a supply setup for sales, and I took a demand setup for buys. One win, one loss, and one break even. If I didn't take the first trade, I would have ended up winning. Well, not really because I didn't even hit my take profit. So yeah, either way, both trades looked pretty good to me. Honestly, I really like the first one more than the second one. But the first one ended up me losing, and then the second one actually played out pretty well, but it just missed my take profit by a single tick, stopping me out at break even. Um, yeah, the month of June has been very rough. I am currently down around $470 on the month, which it's not bad. I guess I still have tomorrow, Thursday and Friday and Monday and Tuesday to make it all back up. Either we can end up the month break even, or we can end it up a little bit more profit, a slight profit, but we'll see how this ends up playing out the rest of June. We have 1 week left, and yeah. Other than that, boys, that's gonna be it for this trade recap on gold. Um, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like I said, I do trade recaps on every single trade. I did end up trading Friday, right? I did say I was in a losing streak for 4 days. I ended up winning Friday, but not as much because I ended up taking two trades again, winning one, losing one, or losing one, winning one, or whatever. Um, did make up the profit back and made more as well, but didn't make a huge difference on the month. Today I ended up losing. Then tomorrow we'll see what we get. Um, I might just start just trading for one to ones right now, and just because it's not really basically it's not leaving runners. It's mostly hitting my one to one or R's and then going its way. Yeah, but right now not really seeing anything. I'm not really seeing anything in the market that is like actually like really good that's playing out for like 1 or 2 RRs. I'm not really seeing that. But yeah, the trades that I've been taking, I mean, I took them last month, months before that. They've been playing out, so it's not really the strategy. It's just I gotta make some slight changes into what I'm doing and when I'm entering. But yeah, other than that, boys, that's gonna be it for this video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe. Make sure to go join my Discord. It is completely free, as well as make sure to use my code on the Alpha Futures. It will really help me out. But yeah, other than that, boys, I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.